The Obama administration trying to get the message out that it's a health care mandate is not a tax, no matter what the Supreme Court says.
What is in the law is a penalty. It starts by saying all Americans have a right to health insurance. For Americans who buy health insurance or who can't afford it and get it through a government program, there is no penalty.
But with so many opponents calling the White House's bluff now, will that strategy continue to work as we move towards the election? Let's ask our Washington insiders today, Democratic political strategist Margie Omero and attorney and political policy advisor Michael Barnes. Good morning to both of you.
Good morning.
All right, Margie, I'm going to give you the first crack at this. The Supreme Court called it a tax. All of the president's men and women over the weekend called it everything other than a tax. What is it?
Well, it's a penalty for free riders, and I think it's important to remember that this affects 1 to 2% of the population. And what the American people want, now that it's passed Congress, the president signed it, it's been found constitutional by the Supreme Court, the American people want to hear again what's in the bill and move forward and move on.
Why wouldn't you just call it a tax?
Well, it's a penalty for free riders that
Wait a minute. That's the company line.
Mitt
Obviously,
Romney,
that company line has come out, penalty for free riders, because I heard it all day yesterday.
I'll give you Mitt Romney's line. I like mandates. That's his line from his last, from when he was governor, from when he really inspired this program. He spearheaded a program just like this in Massachusetts. And this was, he supported it before he was against it. Barack Obama didn't support this in 2008, but Mitt Romney did. And this was something that he was really proud of. And he said, I like mandates. And so now you have Republicans again fighting for the 1%, where they're fighting for the 1% free riders to not have this penalty instead of for the over 100 million Americans who have pre-existing conditions who'd be helped by this.
Okay, I got to get Michael in here. Michael,
yes, you do. Please, please.
How do you respond to Margie?
This dishonesty is so frustrating. There are 18 unique, distinct taxes in Obamacare that are going to hit every single American. When you give away something, you have to take more. In addition to the taxes that we know about, there are also 17 trillion, that's trillion dollars worth of unfunded government promises in Obamacare. That means basically that the government has promised to give away all this stuff, but it doesn't know how it's going to pay for it. Well, how is it going to pay for it? It's going to call on us and our children and grandchildren to pay for it. This is at a time when we cannot afford the entitlement programs that we already have.
So, Margie, I want you to listen to President Obama, because this was when he was against the penalty before he was for it, before he was president. Listen to this.
Hillary Clinton's attacking, but what's she not telling you about her health care plan? It forces everyone to buy insurance, even if you can't afford it, and you pay a penalty if you don't. Barack Obama believes it's not that people don't want health care, it's that they can't afford it. That's why the Obama plan reduces costs more than Hillary's, saving $2,500 for the typical family. For health care we can afford. Vote for change we can believe in.
I'm Barack Obama, and I approve this message.
So do you agree, Margie, that he's changed his view on liking this penalty then?
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, he's the first to admit it. Certainly, once now in the weeds and kind of figuring out how to get the bill passed and what makes sense and what would actually help pay for it, you realize that the top having the 1-2% free rider pay this penalty is the way that you can get health care to everybody.
But isn't a free
that's what
rider,
Mitt Romney figured out, and that's why he now is. He was for it.
I'm trying to get the definition though of a free rider, Michael, because is a free rider somebody who up until now who's maybe young and healthy and chosen not to buy health insurance, and we're calling that person a free rider?
Yeah, this bill basically takes away choice from the people who, for example, wanted to have insurance as a catastrophic coverage. This Obamacare requires that all insurance coverage include things that many people don't need, like addiction care or like why would I need the treatment for bariatric surgery to have my stomach stapled if I'm not going to have deal with problems of obesity? These types of things are in every single plan that Americans are having to buy. So it's not just telling us that we're going to have to buy something. It's what we have to buy, taking away consumer choice.
And I got to take it away right here. We're out of time. Thanks so much, folks. Bye. Right back with more Fox and Friends and Jon Stewart.